The steam launch Alaska was built in 1880, the working steamer on the River Thames. Skipper and owner Peter Green is a former merchant seaman who hires Alaska for leisure and corporate events. She was originally designed to burn coal, but with the price of Welsh steam coal having risen in recent years and the environmental issues surrounding the burning of what some regard as a dirty fuel, Peter decided to investigate a greener alternative. This is the new fuel now being burnt on Alaska. Briquettes, similar to those that you burn on the barbecue, but instead of charcoal, they're made of wood shavings. And as a result, it's reduced the Alaska's emissions, the vessel's annual fuel bill, and found favour with its passengers.
Because it's very highly compressed, it burns much more uniformly than ordinary wood. You don't get so much variation between different wood types. It's all hardwoods, various descriptions, all sustainably sourced, which is a big thing in its favour. I think a lot of people assume we must be burning oil. They've always have done when we've been burning coal, because you don't see anyone shoveling coal down the engine room like a steam train. People are very interested in what we're being fired with, and it's very easy just to open the bunker up and show them the fuel.
And this is where Peter buys his briquettes. SL Hardwoods in Croydon supplies timber for the construction industry, furniture makers and specialist carvers. They once had to pay £9,000 a year for skips to remove their waste shavings. But after investing £12,000 in a briquette maker, they're now selling them as fuel and using them to save thousands on their own heating bills.
The wood chips come from the factory, drop into our container here, the hopper, and from the hopper they get compressed. And here we go. You can feel how warm they are. In fact, we can compress them so hard that we could get them to charcoal, but normally this is hard enough. And then from the briquette, we put into our wood heater. That's it, to heat the factory.
And that's putting out a lot of heat, is it?
That is putting out so much heat that even in the coldest day, we have to open the vent to exhaust that to atmosphere because the guys complain it's too hot. The briquetting press allows us to heat the factory and to sell the residual that are left over from our usage. Enormous saving. As far as the environment is concerned, timber generally is CO2 neutral. You put back what you've taken out of the atmosphere. So it's very much a plus that we're not using gas, which, again, £8,000 for the winter. It's a huge saving to the company.
Back on board Alaska, Peter Green is already making plans for further adjustment to the vessel's boiler to make it even more efficient for burning briquettes. And he hopes to use his experience to persuade other steam enthusiasts and operators to follow suit.
So, energy saving, P.Y. Jabot, you have in your snow leisure centre...
It's called Escape.
1,500 tonnes of snow.
Real snow.
To ski on, real snow. I'm thinking that takes a lot of energy to create a lot of electricity, a lot of energy. How are you managing these costs?
Well, obviously, you know, first of all, it's good business from the fact that as much as you can reduce your utility costs, which are soaring as we know as consumers, it's even worse for businesses when you got, you know, a 200-metre snow slope, which is a gigantic fridge, and you've got to produce snow. So first of all, you need to be more energy efficient. And for example, the next Escape, for example, will recycle the energy coming out of the building and bringing back to bring energy to do the snow. So that's long-term future. Short-term future is obviously you look at lighting, you look at any kind of energy saving, you look at instead of doing snow every day, we do it every week. On a low season, which is for the summer, we do it every month. So there's all kind of corporate social responsible action we're taking, which is actually good business.
We'll get more from you in a moment, Declan.
All right, thanks very much. Well, remember Richard Branson sat on these sofas last week and promised to cut his airline charge for fuel? Well, and so has British Airways. Both of them today saying that they are reducing their fuel surcharge only for economy and premium economy tickets and only